My Health portal and the Take a Healthy Step portal that we as STARS members will be having access to track our points for the year. So take it away.
Thank you. I guess I should say good afternoon now to everybody. Can everyone hear me in the back? Okay, fantastic. As she said, my name is Chris Revels. I'm the account executive with Work Partners, primarily focusing on health and wellness. We've been working closely with Donna, John, and Heather to onboard the Resource Center with our Take a Healthy Step program. This is going to kind of blend some of our activities that we have available to you, also the activities that the Resource Center does internally to make sure that you're getting everything you need health and wellness-wise. A little bit of background about myself. I've been with Work Partners for about 3 years. I do have a background in health and wellness. I have a degree in exercise and rehabilitative sciences, specializing in gerontology and adaptive physical activity. I'm also a certified exercise physiologist through the American College of Sports Medicine. So this is my passion. This is what I love to do. I like to help people make healthy decisions and to better their lives. So as I said today, I'm going to lead you through a PowerPoint, give you some information about My Health Online. That is our member portal where you will have access to Take a Healthy Step and all the health and wellness benefits that you have available to you. So after we go over the My Health Online portal and Take a Healthy Step, we will talk briefly about telephonic lifestyle health coaching that you will have available to you as well, and a little bit about the marketing and communication that you'll receive throughout the Take a Healthy Step program. And then we'll leave some time at the end for some questions. As Heather said, we do have something in here after we are done here at 1 o'clock, so I'll try and keep things moving. If I start going too fast or you have questions, please feel free to stop me. So first we're going to go over My Health Online. This is our user portal, and you can access, I know it's kind of hard to see because of the brightness of the screen, but you'll be able to access this through www.workpartners.com/access. You were given a flyer over here when you came in, if you grabbed one. It's kind of an overview sheet. This stuff should be on there, okay? Once you log on, this is what the site's gonna look like. And down here, because none of you have ever registered before, there's gonna be a register for My Health Online now. That's what you will need to click to be able to register on. Thank you. When you click on that, you're gonna see pages that appear like this for new user registration. You know, things for you to read through, kind of consents, granting permission to enter in. And then what you'll need to enter here is some information, your first name, last name, date of birth, things like that. Lets us know who you are, you say you are. You're going to be creating, as any secure online portal, some security questions along with your username and password. And those questions are just to make sure you can verify who you say you are when you're logging in. Make sure that you're as secure as can be. What you're going to need, and these will be coming to you this weekend or beginning of next, are your wellness-only member ID cards. They will look like this on the right here, with Work Partners up at the top. Your name and then your member ID will be right below it. What you'll see here is our member services number. If for any reason you ever have trouble logging in, you enter your password incorrectly too many times, you get locked out of your account, that will be the number that you will want to call to be able to receive assistance in getting your portal unlocked. And then on the bottom as well is where that website is going to live, so you have access to everything right there. This is just a sample of the letter you'll receive explaining things. It'll also have on there the member services number for you to be able to contact. My Health Online, I'm not sure if any of you are aware, but Work Partners is kind of a subsidiary of UPMC, which is the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center, because we are based out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. What Work Partners is we're a health and productivity solutions company. So we have health and wellness, activities and benefits available to our clients. We also do employee assistance programs. We do absence management, things along those lines. But My Health Online was designed as this user portal to have access to everything health and wellness related. So you'll also be able to check your Take a Healthy Step status on here, which we'll get into a little bit later. You'll be able to chat with member services. If you have questions, you like to chat instead of having that phone call, you'll be able to do that on there. Plus also part of the Take a Healthy Step program is you're able to track your fitness. You know, if you want to manually log steps, or we have the ability to connect fitness trackers as well to the portal to track steps. And that can also earn you points towards your program. We'll get into that a little bit later on how to access that and how to connect your trackers as well. So, as I said, this is everything health and wellness related. We did just recently go through what we call modernization of the site, bringing it a little bit, you know, making it more modernized, making it more user-friendly for members, making it easier to access different resources, giving you multiple different ways of finding things within the site. The portal is sophisticated enough that when you take your online health risk assessment, which we call the My Health Questionnaire, what it will do, and even when you have your biometric screenings done, the portal takes all that information, and what it's going to do is it's going to populate recommended activities for you to complete. These activities are going to be ones that are going to help you make the biggest improvement in your health and well-being. Okay? So on your questionnaire, you know, which is going to ask you questions about stress, you know, nutrition, physical activity, all about your life. If you answer questions and it's showing that you're stressed, it's going to populate a stress program for you or an activity related to stress because it's showing that that's one of your risk factors. Within the site, you're going to be able to filter either through resource type or by topic, and I'll show you that in a couple slides here. You're going to be able to tag and remember your favorites. So if it's something that you're visiting quite frequently on the site, you can actually, what we call bookmark that, and it'll appear on your home page when you log in. So this is just a couple screenshots of My Health Online portal. Okay, once you go in, over here is what you have is called our navigation toolbar. Better Health and Wellness is going to be right underneath your home screen there. Okay, when you click on Better Health and Wellness, it's going to open up a dashboard. You can choose, as I said, to browse by resource type or by a certain topic. So when you click by topic, it's going to populate everything that you have access to on every sort of topic. So I know it's hard to read. It says eating healthy, getting active, improving overall health, managing stress, men's health, control high cholesterol, things like that. Underneath it, it's going to have a number of resources available within that category. So if you notice on this one, I believe the managing stress, there's about 20 different things that are available to you resource-wise on there. So you would click into there and it would list out all those programs that are related to stress. If you choose to browse by resource type, this is the screen that you will see appear. Okay, you can search by assessments, by coaching, educational materials, online activities, different screenings, trackers, and videos are also available on there. And again, that will populate underneath there how many different resources you have available within that specific resource type. Now, if we're looking at, saying we're browsing by health topics, say I clicked into the Get Active. Whoop, wrong way. I must have cleared it. I'm sorry. I'll have screenshots of that later to show you what it's going to look like in there. We did update our slide deck a little bit. So getting into Take a Healthy Step specifically, this is where it's going to track everything to deal with your TRC STARS program. So all of those, the 5 requirements you have for your STARS 1, as well as the STARS 2 requirements in order to receive your premium discounts that you have. So this is giving an overview of what the Take a Healthy Step program is. So the campaign dates are January 1st through September 30th. Now I know we're past January 1st. But our program is going to look back until October 1st. So any kind of, cancer screenings, anything that's creditable, will look back to October 1st. Dental exams, vision exams, things like that. The activity earning period says October 1st. The requirements have not changed for your STARS 1. You still have to complete an HRA, which ours, as I mentioned, is called the My Health Questionnaire. You have to take part in a biometric screening. Those will be offered on site again this year. Having an annual physical exam, having a dental exam within that activity earning period, as well as having an interaction with your STARS health coach, whoever that might be, whether it's John or Heather. For your STARS 2 requirements, where it was primarily based on that screening before, we've changed it a little bit this year. Now, your your desirable ranges and your percent improvement ranges are going to be factored into this point system. But it's giving you a wider variety of different activities that you can complete to obtain this goal and complete this STARS 2 requirement. In order to obtain the STARS 2 requirement, you do have to complete all the STAR 1 requirements as well, as you have in the past. You have to have all of those complete and the 500 points for STARS 2 to be able to complete that. And then again, as we said, it's a premium reduction for your medical benefits starting for the 2020 benefit year. Over here on the right-hand side, this is a screenshot of what your portal is going to populate. These are going to show your requirements. So the first one up there is that My Health Questionnaire, the online health risk assessment. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if this banner's in the way, but over on this side, over here on the right, it says Take Now. When you click on that Take Now link, it is going to link you directly out to that questionnaire, okay? We partner with WebMD for our questionnaire, so it's going to link you out to WebMD's website to take that. The next one is biometric screening. You'll see over here it has a schedule button. Once the dates and sites and everything have been picked and finalized, you'll be able to click on that and you'll be able to register for your screening through the portal as well. And then you have listed the annual physical exam, the dental exam, and the STARS Health Coach interaction. Those things, we do not receive claims data, so your physicals and that coming in dental, we don't receive those. So what you'll have to do is you'll have to provide proof to John and Heather that you've had those things done, and then they will send that information over to us and we will credit you once we receive that information. And then the 500 Healthy Step points here. If you look off to the side here, it says all activities. If you click that link, it's going to link you out to a huge listing of everything you have available to you through work partners and our My Health Online website. What we're going to do right underneath here, there is going to be a link out to a PDF that's going to show you everything you have access to through the Resource Center. All those programs that you do internally and those activities, it'll provide a listing there as well as the point totals associated with them. So you can kind of keep track and see where you are and what you're going to want to accomplish and take part in. So as I said, when you log in, the way you're going to access Take a Healthy Step is by following this pathway. So when you log in to My Health Online, this is going to be your home page. This is what's going to appear. On the left-hand navigation bar, there's going to be a tab that's called Rewards and Incentives. You'll click on that tab. It will drop down, and underneath it will be a tab that says Take a Healthy Step. You will click on Take a Healthy Step, and that'll take you to the part of the site that'll have everything, all your requirements, your deadline dates, countdown to your deadline date, all your, everything you have access to will be listed there. And again, if you have any difficulties, you can always call member services, have a chat with member services to get anything fixed that may be going wrong. So this here on the left is what your actual portal is going to look like when you log in to Take a Healthy Step. So up top here, it has the name of the program. There'll be some messaging here that tells what Take a Healthy Step is. We're just here to assist the Resource Center in providing you with health and wellness programs and activities to help improve your well-being. Right here, I know it's tough to see right now, but this is a deadline date. This tells you when all your requirements have to be met by. So your deadline date is September 30th of 2019. That'll be populated there. Now when you get in within 60 days of the end date, your campaign end date, that will switch over to a countdown. So say you have a month left, it's going to say 30 days until the deadline instead of giving you the deadline date. Kind of just calling it out there to make you aware of how many days you have left to complete your program. Excuse me. Underneath that here, it tells you can earn for 2020 a premium reduction, as you're well aware. And then under here is what we call completion messaging. This just lets you know whether you're complete, not complete, what you have to do, okay? What we have here we call badges. Those are going to list all 5 of your requirements for your STARS 1 incentive. So as you can see here, they're all grayed out. So this is the questionnaire, the biometric screening, the annual physical, the dental exam, and the interaction with either John or Heather. When you complete one of these, what it's going to do is it's going to turn into full color, and it's going to appear with a check mark and a green circle with it. And that's how you'll know that it's completed. Now the information that we get from John and Heather may take a little time to populate. Once you hand them the information, they send it in to us. We usually say allow up to 7 business days for it to credit, okay? things that are on our own website that we do, any kind of coaching programs, any videos you watch, taking the questionnaire. We say please allow 3 to 5 business days for crediting. The questionnaire, because we're receiving that data in from WebMD. If you're having an interaction with one of our health coaches, either online or telephonically, once you finish that interaction with them, they have to do some documentation and submit for that credit as well. So we just ask you to allow up to 5 business days. A lot of the times it appears quicker. We just ask you to allow that time. If for some reason it goes longer than that, you can feel free to reach out to member services, inquire about it. Usually member services is great about, coming up with the answer. If for some reason they can't figure out what's going on, they'll contact me and I'll be able to do the investigation and find out why something hasn't populated. Okay? This last batch here with the healthy steps, this one's, down here with the healthy steps, this one's a little bit different. This one kind of, as you start completing your different activities and programs, and say you've earned 250 out of those 500 points, this is going to start to go in color kind of clockwise to kind of let you know how much of that 500 points you've actually hit. Not only will it say you completed 250 out of 500 points, but half of it is going to appear in color. And again, once you complete it completely, it'll appear full color, and you will have that check mark in a green circle there to let you know that you've completed. Now, the way the site is set up, say you complete all 500 points prior to getting all of this stuff in. Say, you're one of those people you wait till the last minute to do the questionnaire. I'm one of them. I don't always do things right away. You get busy, right? This may appear in full color, but you're not going to earn that incentive until all of these are in full color, okay? So this messaging will show that you've completed the 500 points, but it will also have a disclaimer in there that you are not eligible to receive that incentive until the STARS 1 requirements are met, okay? Just want to make sure everybody understands that. Again, as I stated before, Take a Healthy Step customizes the portal to the individual. So no two people are going to have the same recommended activities. It all depends on your information that we have coming in to us at Work Partners to populate, those programs and activities that are going to make sense for you. As I said, our online health risk assessment is called the My Health Questionnaire. When you click on that Take Now, it does link out to WebMD. My Health Questionnaire takes about 15 minutes, 20 if you're not, real comfortable with computers. It's approximately 60 questions. When I say approximately, is depending upon how you answer some of those questions, you might prompt extra questions. For an example, if you state that you're a smoker, it's going to populate some extra questions. How long have you smoked? Do you still currently use? If not, how long have you quit? Have you not utilized? If you say that you've never smoked, it's not going to populate those questions. If you've had your on-site biometric screenings done with us, if you happen to take the questionnaire after you have those screenings done, your results will automatically populate into the questionnaire, okay? Because that's all a part of it. This questionnaire is going to ask you, as I said, things about your nutritional habits, your physical activity habits, your sleep habits, your stress, your work habits, all those different things. It's going to ask you questions about how ready you are to make changes in certain areas that it's showing that you're at risk for. So if it's showing that nutrition is a risk factor for you because you're not eating as healthy as you should, it's going to ask you questions on how confident are you that you can make these changes. And that kind of lets you know where you are and kind of where you need to focus. When you take this, it'll give you a score from 0 to 100, 0 being unhealthy, 100 being extremely healthy. It's also going to populate for you another score, and that other score is actually going to be how other people who have taken the assessment the same age and same gender as you. So you can kind of see if you're about average, if you're above average, or if you're below average for your age and gender. It's going to give you a report, okay? This is where I was talking about the score, okay? It's going to let you know over here, this is what the report looks like when you are able to scroll down through it. It's going to list out what are high, medium, and low risk factors. So based off how you answered your questions. This being here, the orange tab is medium risk factors. For this screenshot, it's showing, it's kind of hard to see, but weight, nutrition are risk factors, and blood pressure. So as you come down through here, it's going to talk about each one of those risk factors. It's going to give you some information about it. It's going to give you some, ideas or touch points on how you can improve that area of your wellness. It's a great overall report. You can actually utilize this report when you speak with a health coach, which I'll get into a little bit later. Okay? They'll go over this report in depth with you and be able to give you some suggestions as well. As I talked about, biometric screenings, we will be hosting them on site. Dates have yet to be determined, but we're going to be working closely with Donna, Heather, and John to get those scheduled as soon as possible to let you know, and we'll have marketing that comes out to let you know when they are. But the biometric screenings are mainly there to help you understand, a little bit more about your health status. It's going to let you know about your cholesterol, your blood pressure, your glucose levels, same things that you guys have had tested before. The on-site screening appointments usually take about 15 to 20 minutes. You'll get your results right then and there. Those of you who have taken part in it before, and we will have one of our health educators will go over those results with you right then and there. They will let you know where the numbers stand, if they're above normal, if it's putting you at risk for something, and they'll even try, and if you're at risk, get you in touch with one of our health coaches to be able to improve those levels. Over here, kind of show you some screenshots of the portal. Once you have your screening and your numbers will populate right into the site, they will be listed here. You can click into each one. This person obviously in the demo has not had any screenings done yet. But when you click into it, it'll actually talk about your most recent screening that you had, give you your numbers. It tells you what blood glucose is and why it's important, what the risks are associated with it if you have a number that's outside that desirable range. When it comes, as I said, to your annual physical and your dental exams, since we are not receiving those claims, you will be responsible to provide the proof to Heather and John for them to get that information to us. You have until September 30th to have those appointments. We can accept, the information from, if you happen to have an appointment that falls right at the end there. Don't worry, if your appointment's on September 30th and you get that information to John and Heather real quick, we allow run-out time for reporting to be able to include those people that have stuff, that falls right at the end of the campaign period. Looking at that Healthy Steps portion, as I said before, I showed you in the list of requirements, you had something that was called Healthy Steps and where you could click on all activities, okay? When you click on all activities, it's going to populate on the website a screen that looks like this. It's going to list out everything that you have access to through Work Partners in the My Health Online portal. So the little orange bar here under each activity, I don't know if you can read it, but that says recommended. So based off that information, again, we had for you, it's going to populate your recommended activities to the top of the list. It's also in the green bar going to let you know how many points that activity is worth. So this person here having a personal health review with a coach was recommended for them, and then it's going to show that points right there. Now, if you click into this, it's actually going to give you a description of what the personal health review is, and it's going to tell you how to go about. It's going to give you a call to action on how to access that program or that activity. Whether it's clicking to launch a video, whether it's a phone number to call a telephonic health coach, it's going to give you all the steps you need to be able to take part in that program. On the site, below where it says all activities and it gives that requirement, there's a space here. It says right now this space looks a bit empty. Whenever you start completing activities or programs, whether it's through the portal or through the activities that are submitted to us by John and Heather, once they're accredited, everything's going to appear here and it's going to have the point total listed with it. Now, there might be some activities that have, a limit to how many you can complete. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what one of those might be. But say, the videos, you were only allowed to complete 5, and I'm not saying that's the number you can complete. But if you completed 6 of them, it'll still populate that 6th one in there, but it's not going to show points for it. If you hover over the little circle with the dash through it, it's going to tell you that you've already met the capped limit for that activity. So it's still going to show you what you've completed, you just might not have points for it if it is over that credit limit. Excuse me. Does anyone have any questions so far? I know I'm trying to get through a lot of this because we're on a time crunch, but I don't want anybody to feel lost or, unable to do something when they leave here. Is everyone okay? Now you were, there, over here when you came and signed in, there was a listing of activities that were creditable. On the front part were some activities from our portal. We didn't list all of them. Those are just general groupings that there are. And on the back of that page are the Resource Center internally run programs and activities. So some of the ones that are done through our site and that we can credit, that you may not have had credited before. If you have any kind of cancer screening, cervical, breast, colon cancer screenings, things like that, and you provide documentation to Heather and John, we can provide points for that. That's a very important thing to take part in, to make sure that you're staying up to date, especially depending upon your age, gender, and your family history with some things.
Or if you do it multiple times during the year.
It's only going to credit once, yes. Okay. The biometric screening. So the biometric screening is a flat out requirement. Now when we get to the values that you're getting, if you fall within the desirable range, or if you make a 5% improvement from your previous year's screenings, you're eligible to receive 50 points for each. Now if you hit the optimal or the desirable and it was a 5 improvement from last year, you're only going to get 1. You're only going to get the desirable 1. Okay, you're not going to be able to dip that much into it. But there are 5 different ones that we look at when it comes to the percent improvement or the desirable range. So if you hit the desirable range or you've made a 5% improvement for all 5 of those, you have half your points right there. You have 250 out of the 500 points right away. I mentioned before personal health reviews and coach on calls. I'll get into those in a couple slides. Those are one-time interactions with our lifestyle telephonic health coaches that you have access to. We do have lifestyle programs that you can take part in with our telephonic health coaches that deal with nutrition, stress, weight management, physical activity, and tobacco cessation. These programs are actually 6 weeks in length. And that's when you're trying to make those improvements, kick habits, things like that. If you take part in follow-up calls, that the coaches will reach out to you to see how you're doing, if you've had any setbacks. They do them at intervals of 30, 90, and 180 days. If you take part in those follow-up calls, you can receive 10 points each for continuing to take part in those. Vaccines, you can get 10 points. We have on our site what are called Emmy videos and HealthWise conversations. These are videos that you can watch. They're interactive, so you just can't set them and walk away from your computer and let them play. You do have to answer questions in there, multiple choice questions. You click around on the site. They take about 20, 25 minutes to watch, but they're informative. They're on lifestyle topics. We even have Emmy videos that are on certain health conditions, Crohn's, things like that. You can click on those, watch those, and you can receive credit. And then down here we have that activity tracker I talked about before, where you can track your activity on the portal, either manually or by connecting, say, a Fitbit or a Garmin device. With this, in order to receive credit for this, you have to log at least 6 days in the month in order for that to populate credit for you. So if you only log 5 days of activity, it's not going to give you credit. You have to hit that 6th day as well. Again, these are the biometric screening values I talked about that you can receive credit for. Over here, I just have listed the desirable ranges for each one. Of course, the blood pressure, the desirable range now is below 120/80. For BMIs, you want to be between 18.5 and 25. Glucose level, this is fasting, less than 100. And then your total cholesterol, you want less than 200. And the LDL cholesterol for the desirable range is 101 to 129. So if your blood values fall within those numbers, you will get the desirable credit and get the 50 points for each one of those. Okay? Here we are with the activity tracker. So, as I said, you log into Work Partners. You have Better Health and Wellness, that tab on the left-hand side. You'll click Browse by Resource Type. Trackers is one of the option, and then My Activity Tracker. When you click on that, this screen over here is going to appear for you. So right here is a slot for you to enter the date. You click on it, it's like a calendar drops on. You get to pick the date you're logging it in for. Right here says steps or other activity. If your steps in here, and then you can click submit right there. And then it's going to track your day's steps right there. Now say you don't have to go on here and log every day. You can actually go back and log for past dates in the month. If you happen to forget to log on one day, or if you just want to do it at the end of the week, you can always backdate and go back and enter in the information. You can never go forward, but you can always go back to enter if you forget to enter a day. If you happen to click on other activity there, because we know people do a whole bunch of different types of activities that they can get credit for, when you click on that, that'll populate a list of over 200 different things that you can actually convert into a step count and get credit for. So during this time of year, I like to bring up shoveling snow, as I'm sure a lot of you shovel snow up here. You guys get a lot more snow than we do down in Pittsburgh. You can actually do that. You can say how long you shoveled snow for, and it's going to convert it into a step count based off how long you do things like that. Swimming, things like that, ellipticals, where you might not get step counts and you can't always wear a tracker, you can put that in there. It might ask how vigorous the activity was for you, how much effort you put through. But yeah, there are over 200 different activities that you can choose from to get steps. So as I said, you enter 6 days a month, you're going to get that 25 points. And that is open for every month that we go out throughout the campaign. Really trying to encourage people to be physically active. If you choose, if you have a Fitbit like I do, or if you have a Garmin, something like that, you can actually sync that device to our website. So you don't technically have to go to our website to track your data. Anytime that I upload my information from my Fitbit to my smartphone, to my Fitbit app, within 2 to 3 hours, all that information transmits right into the My Health Online portal. It's not going to be real time, it's not going to be as soon as you sync it to your app, but it will be within a couple hours, everything will appear on there. So, following this pathway, and I can get instructions on how to do this. If you're interested, I can send PDFs to Donna, John, and Heather, so you don't have to worry about writing it down now. But you'll go through the same thing. You'll go through the resource type trackers, but there'll be an option for connecting your physical activity tracker. You follow the instructions on there, and you'll be able to link your device up right away. You will have to allow data to be shared with work partners in My Health Online site. And as I said, anytime you sync it to your app for your device, it's automatically going to populate over within a few hours. Any questions about the activity tracker? This is a great way to increase your physical activity and to get points at the same time. Yes?
Is the activity tracker assigned at 25 points once a month or for the duration of the campaign?
It's once a month through the duration of the campaign.
Once a month.
Yes.
Will this take with Apple Watches?
We can do Apple Watches, but there's a little bit, and I can send some instructions to do that. As I mentioned before, we are affiliated with UPMC, the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center, and UPMC Health Plan. The only way that right now that you can sync an Apple Watch is if you download the UPMC Health Plan app and do it on there. Now you all, even though we're work partners, we're affiliated with UPMC, you can download that free app. You're able to take the questionnaire on that app if you don't want to take it online, log in to do it that way. And you can check your Take a Healthy Step status on there, but there are instructions to link it through that mobile device. Okay? Any other questions?
Do we have to link our devices?
You don't have to, no. Nope, you're not required to. So.
Is there a phone app that we can, for the work partners?
As of now, things are constantly changing, so I don't know even all the trackers that are listed on there right now. It just depends on what contracts come up, we can get signed, what might fall off. So it's just going on. When you log on, it'll let you know everything that's available to sync to it, whether it's a phone app that you have specifically or if it's a tracker. Okay?
Well, yeah, I was just wondering, like, just for this, just for work partners, if there's an app.
No,
Get
not-
on their phone and do stuff as we're out and about.
Not specifically. Like, as I said, the only thing you'll be able to do is the questionnaire from the UPMC Health Plan mobile app if you choose to do.
Okay.
Okay? Any other questions? All right. Telephonic health coaching. Because we've partnered with the Resource Center has decided to include telephonic health coaching as something that you have available to you. Not only, it's a great thing that you have John and Heather on site. but sometimes something might come up. Either you might not feel comfortable talking to a coworker about things. You have the ability to call into one of our telephonic health coaches and discuss some things with them. Now, what you'll have the ability to talk to our coaches about are mainly the lifestyle topics that we have listed here: the weight management, the physical activity, nutrition, stress, and tobacco cessation. When you get into more of the one-time calls, they will be able to discuss some different conditions with you. You just won't be able to take part in a program for that. Our coaches are highly skilled in motivational interview techniques. They're very comforting. When you call in, say with an issue that you're experiencing, a problem with weight gain, you might think it's just, related to nutrition itself. But when that coach starts talking with you, they're going to start peeling back those layers like an onion to find out if there's any other things that might be affecting you that's causing, you to have this problem with weight management. In these, discussions, they might find out that you're stressed about something, whether you have, a child that's sick or you have, a parent or a family member that's ill, it might be causing you stress, and when you're stressed, you might eat more. So they're going to peel back those layers, and they'll be able to actually talk to you, let you know different programs you have available to you. They might try and get you to enroll in something called My Health Selections. What this is, it's about a 4-week-long program, and it's going to let you hit on different topics. So where one of our health coaching programs might last 6 weeks on just strictly nutrition, the My Health Selections allows you to customize your program. So you might hit 2 times on nutrition, 1 on stress, and 1 on physical activity. It allows you that ability to be a little bit more free-form and kind of hit on a bunch of different topics. They're going to help you set specific SMART goals that you can reach, that are attainable, that have measurability to them. They're going to help you learn new skills. They're going to help you overcome challenges. And one of the main things is they're going to hold you accountable. They're going to call you when you set up those times to talk. They're going to call you, and make sure that you're receiving all the resources you need available to be successful. Everything's going to stay private. If you happen to call in, the resource center is not going to know any of your information. Okay? And they're going to keep you motivated. Now, our coaches are available Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And they're available on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. as well. They are not available on Sundays. As I said before, we have a couple different options available for like a one-time touch with a coach where you don't have to enroll in a program. These are called coach on calls, or you might hear them referred to as clinical coaching sessions and personal health reviews. So a personal health review, when you call in, it's about a 15 to 20 minute conversation with a health coach, which all of our health coaches, I do want to say, are master level certified. We have nutritionists, we have exercise physiologists, we have nurses, we have a wide gamut of backgrounds with our health coaches. But what they're going to do is they're going to go over your previous medical history with you, if you choose to share it with them. They'll go over your My Health Questionnaire report that you took. They'll go over any screening results that you have that you might not be sure about. They are going to go through all those things. They're going to help you maybe set some goals, give you some follow-up information, make sure you have everything available, and let you know, what you can take part in. A coach on call, again, is another 15 to 20 minute phone call. These phone calls are about a certain topic, a specific topic, whether it's going to be physical activity, nutrition. As I said before, you can call in and have a coach on call about asthma, COPD, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, things like that. They're going to talk to you about that topic, and then they're going to follow up with you with sending you some resources, usually by email, to give you everything that you have access to. These here just list our 5 different lifestyle programs. Gives you a brief description of them. I know it's hard to read there, but we can get you this information as well. I'll provide this PowerPoint to Donna and them if they want to post it, if you have an intranet site, or make copies available. But our weight management program is called My Health Way to Wellness. Eating Well is our nutrition program. Ready to Quit is the tobacco cessation. Less Stress is our stress management. And Step Up to Wellness is our physical activity program. Again, these programs are 6 to 8 weeks in length. They're available telephonically, or you can even do them online through the My Health Online portal. Even if you do them online, you will still have some interaction with health coaches, again, to make sure that you're getting all the resources available to you and you're getting all the help that you need. Looking at market and communication. So within the Take a Healthy Step program, you're going to be receiving some mailings from us at Work Partners. These ones here are just kind of not specific to the Resource Center, but just there to show you what they're going to look like. You'll receive an introduction page, or mailer, which is going to encourage you to log on and create a My Health Online account, and it's also going to have a call to action to take that questionnaire, because you really want to take that questionnaire as soon as you can up front to populate those activities that are going to be recommended for you. Okay? The next piece that you're going to receive is a requirements piece. This is the piece that I will be reviewing and making sure all the requirements, everything is correct, and you'll receive that in the mail, letting you know what the requirements are for STARS 1, what the requirements are for STARS 2, your deadline dates, as well as what the incentive is that you can be earning. Okay? It's also going to list in there things that you have access to and calls to action as well. The next piece is going to be a specific call out again to the questionnaire. We really push the questionnaire because it does give you such a great snapshot of where you are health and wellness wise. We really encourage everyone to take that right away. After that, what's going to happen is you're going to receive 2 targeted mailings. And what I mean by targeted mailings are, they're going to be specific to you. Okay, so this piece is going to come, and what it's going to do is it's going to have a call out to the top 3 programs or activities that are going to make the most impactful, most impact into your life. So if between the screenings and the questionnaire, stress, nutrition, and physical activity come up, it's going to populate 3 programs right in there for you, okay, to take part in. When that second targeted piece comes out, if you have not done any of those programs, it's going to populate those 3 programs in, saying, hey, there's still time to take part in this. We recommend you take these programs. Say you did one of those programs, it's going to take that one out, bump the other 2 up, populate another one. Say you did 2 of them, again, it's going to bump up, populate more. If you did all of them, it's going to populate 3 new programs in there for you to take part in. Okay? It's really trying to get you engaged, to get you moving, to take part in the programs and meet your goals. After that, we have 2 more pieces that will come out. One will be a reminder. This reminder mailer is going to let you know that there's still time to complete all your requirements. It's going to come out well enough in advance that you'll be able to still complete items, requirements, things like that. And then the last piece that will come out will be a completer mailer. This will tell you that you've completed the program, you've earned the incentive, congratulations, but don't stop now, still log on, see what other resources you have available to you, other things that you can complete. Just because the Take Out the Step program and the campaign period has ended doesn't mean that you stop. You can keep logging on, accessing the resources, and taking part in activities and programs. Does anybody have any questions?
Hold on just a moment. Do you have a question? I have a question. Is this actually ready? Is it actually ready for us to log in? Set up our username, password?
You're going to get you have to get your member ID card first, which they should be coming anytime from this weekend through middle of next week, depending upon the Postal Service when they can get them here. So as soon as you get that, the website itself is going to be live on Monday. I will send out an email to Donna and them as soon as I get confirmation that everything's appearing correctly. And then when you have those cards, you can log in and start taking part in. As I said, if you've completed anything through the Resource Center that dates back, we will be able to credit that. Any kind of cancer screenings, physicals, dental exams, things like that, we'll look back to October 1st of 2018. So you'll have that whole year earning period to be able to complete these objectives or requirements. Any other questions? I know I threw a lot at you. I was kind of talking fast to get everything in, but
Right, no more questions. Monday, forget all about this. Is there a help desk or something if there are questions that come up?
there is that member services number that I put on there, and I believe I have it on the flyer that I passed out. There's the member services numbers on there, as well as the health coaching number that you can call to access the telephonic health coaching.
Do Do you recommend the best way to learn it is to just kind of?
Get in, play with it, yeah.
Yeah.
So I showed you how to access the activities through clicking on all activities within the Take a Healthy Step portal, that all activities button. But if you browse through the Better Health and Wellness as well, once the portal goes live for TRC, you're going to see everything even over there populated. So if you access a program through the Better Health and Wellness part, and it's a credible activity, it'll show you how many points it's worth. It will still credit. You don't just have to access it through that Take a Healthy Step portion.
So we can only get credit for things that are actually something you listed, and if we're doing something different, we can't get credit for that.
The stuff that's on the portal, TRC has approved to provide credit for. That's what you'll have access to see. And then anything that TRC does internally in programs and activities here that they've approved for you to be able to submit to them for crediting, all that will be funneled directly to me, and we will provide credit in for that.
Janice, if you look on this paper here on the back, this is kind of our 3-page incentive tracker, kind of reduced into this, to take a healthy step. So your lunch and learns are on there, your blood donations are on there, that type of thing that you found on the 3-page incentive tracker. You can't answer the question. Nobody named Ray else answered the question.
What is the first line on that one that you're pulling together? It says NDPP.
That is the National Diabetes Prevention Program. That is a 12-month, year-long class to hopefully prevent diabetes.
Yeah, we're sort of trying to teach that, but it's a year-long commitment.
It's part of it.
So if through my position, I'm doing something with classes and nutrition or whatever it is I'm doing, I don't know.
You would have to take it up with Donna, and if they chose to allow you to do that,